Guys, here's a question I've been getting asked a lot lately. Hey, Chael, how bad is Chimaev? How bad is his situation right now? I don't have the foggiest idea. I only know what I read. I visited with Chimaev one time in my life, and I did it in front of a camera and put it out to you guys. I'm reading, and this is a quote, that he's having lingering COVID symptoms, meaning he had COVID, he beat it. And Chimaev had done an interview and said when he had it, he thought he was going to die. So it was very bad. He's over it. We're being told that if you've had it once, you're unlikely to have it again. But now he has something called lingering symptoms. I just simply haven't heard that personally. I have not heard that term personally in this entire experience. So I don't know what's to make of that. Somebody had written, and I read it, that he could be out all of 2021. Now, and allow me to be delicate here, our thoughts with Chimaev. Chimaev matters within that division. And you do begin to have questions. Here, let me paint a scenario for you, okay? We're purely talking marketing here. Purely. But within marketing, you have PR, and you've got to get them both right at the same time. Imagine that you're viewing Chimaev, the untouchable, the guy nobody wants to fight, the guy that's getting rushed through the rankings and doing great, okay? Imagine that happens. But you're also fully aware that a huge piece of his style and his effectiveness is based on his conditioning. Based on how many strikes he can throw, how quickly he can throw them, and how consistently throughout the night he can keep this pressure up. If you observe this and you observe what he is going through and the fact that he is laid off and that his conditioning is more likely than not going to be what it was prior to this. It's one of those things, you don't just get this back. This is a lifestyle. I can assure you Chimaev has not taken a break in well over a decade. I don't mean a day or a weekend off. I'm talking a month off. I can assure you he hasn't done that. You can't have that level of conditioning. It's one of these things, and every day. It's work. Not to mention, because of the stardom of Chimaev, I mean, he's staying in the headlines now. I'm making one right now. Without even fighting, he's staying in the headlines. I bring that to you because he is more likely than not to be a main event when he comes back. So now, a guy who counts on his conditioning, whose conditioning will not be what its conditioning was. That's what logic says. Physiology agrees with me. Now has to do it for 25 minutes. In many ways, you are going to view that and view this as your opportunity. But when do you do it? It's sure as hell not today. You call out a sick man? And you see the problem with that? You call out a guy who's in an actual fight, not a sporting event? You see the problem with that? So it's one of these things where you do need to keep your eye on that. You need to monitor all situations. It gets very competitive. You will take any advantage that you have, but you have to pick your timing as well. And I think that is a little bit of a question. Is it a foregone conclusion that Chimaev picks up where he left off, which is headed into a main event? I think that Chimaev himself should be cognizant of this. And I think Chimaev himself should say, hey, got no problem. When I come back, it's anybody, anytime. Don't give me 25 minutes on my first day back. And here's why. Here's why. I got some questions around my own condition. I mean, I think it's a very real thing. I think it's one of these things where it's a little bit more delicate. But there's something to look at there. I mean, if we're talking marketing, Jon Jones came out. Jon Jones is going to fight the winner of Francis and Stipe. I will tell you guys that now. They will get that worked out with Jon. Jon will come back and he will do a fight here in 2021. But Jon's perspective from this has been very candid. Jon has been very straight up with the audience and with everybody to say this is about money. I've been on TV enough and I've won enough championships. I'm now here for the money. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And he was candid. He deserves some kind of credit for that or appreciation. Okay, for the sincerity. But he came out as recently as this weekend and said, there's been a lot of questions. I'd just like to resolve this. I would like to fight the winner of Stipe and Francis. I hope the promotion can come up with a fair financial situation and make this happen for the fans. So, I mean, this is a guy who's trying, okay? He might not be the smartest knife in the drawer, but he just might be the dumbest. He tried. He tried to come out and let you know it was about the money. He then, at the end, for the fans. Why would somebody need to hand you money for the fans? I mean, do you see the problem here? You're not sharing this. This isn't about the fans. Just stick to the script. Stick to the script, which is I need a bunch of money, and to hell with all of the rest of you. Stick to the truth. The truth will set you free. He was so close. He was doing so good. But would it make sense to come out and talk about I'm worth more money because of things that I once upon a time did? Use this as your media opportunity. Or would have it made a level of sense to use that media opportunity to hype a fight, thus bringing in more money and achieving your goal? What a begging mentality. Hey, Dana, can I have some? I mean, what a begging mentality. I was embarrassed. Can I have some more money? Hey, dum-dum, I cut you in on all of this. And by the way, you've taken no risk. You're not a partner. But I'm going to give you a piece of the gross. Give a piece of the gross? Who started this stupid idea? Well, that's what they do. Fine. So go out there and up the gross. Everybody wins and we don't even have this conversation. Start talking about Stipe and what you're going to do and why. Start talking about Francis and the totally different style, and you're keeping an eye on the bull and what you're going to do and why. Start bringing in a level of interest, or shut up. Comes out like a martyr. Give me more money for the fans. Right? Right? Let me have more for them. Really? I mean, you see the problem here? Obviously, yes, I know that you do see the problem here. Shockingly stupid. Hard for me to respond to other than the name call say stupid, because it's so stupid. And it seems like a missed opportunity. Now, I think that Jon is in a little bit of a hard spot, in all fairness, because he doesn't know who he's taking on. He doesn't know if it's Stipe, and he doesn't know if it's going to be Francis. So it's a little bit hard to point your gun, to aim your cannon in any direction. But it can be done. Just because it's hard, it can be done. It requires a level of thinking. I don't think when Jon gets together with his, I don't think they have a thinker at the table. I think they have a chessboard out. I apologize. I think they have a checkers board out. I don't think they're playing chess over there, but it's one of these things. It can still be done. Been done many times. Get creative, figure it out. Somebody's going to give you the gross, Mr. Beggar. You're out begging. I'm begging. They're giving it to you. You're getting the charity, for sure. I can figure that out. But make no mistake, they are giving it to you.